Greetings, I'm Jesse Miles. I'm an amateur explorer and songwriter. I travel around the world and I write songs and I film music videos and I upload them to YouTube where people can watch them. So I thought I would take some of my more interesting adventures and turn them into mini documentaries so people know a little bit more about where this stuff is coming from. Right now you're seeing the school I went to as a kid in Indonesia. Lived there for 7 years. Then I moved to the US, and after college I started a food cart called Noodle Heaven, serving Indonesian cuisine. 10% of our profits from Noodle Heaven went to funding a medical trip in Halmahera, which is a remote island in eastern Indonesia. Doesn't have a lot of access to medical care, so 10% of our profits went towards a medical base on that island and helping them fund a medical trip into a more remote coastal area. So we would fly to Japan, fly to Bali, fly to Tabello, then we would take this night ship, and this night ship would go out of Tabello and it would go around the Cay to the really remote side of the Cay, which is the island of Halmahera. And the night ship is crazy. We would get there in the morning and you could see these motorized canoes pulling up alongside, but the night on the night ship, there's just a blanket of stars above you, just gorgeous, and you're out there on the ocean, just totally, like, alone, it feels like, in the ocean on this ship. Better than below decks, which is packed with cigarette smoke and pretty impossible to get any shut-eye. So we traveled for, 3 days straight out of the US to get to this part of the world. After getting there, these motorized canoes pull up and load up everything that they need for the villages there, and they pack on coconuts. Like, coconuts are their cash crop, so they're sort of exporting those onto the ship, and then they're collecting all these juices and bags of rice and corn and stuff that they want. This is my dad, and he is a silly man and a storyteller. He grew up in Indonesia as well, and he speaks the language. And so, as we ride this motorized canoe to the beach, he's telling stories like he does.
Jadi ada dua di bodi yang pegang tangan dan satu kaki. Dua di kapal ada tangan dan kaki. Dan persis waktu dia mau turun, ada ombak besar dan bodi itu ke kiri, kapal ke kanan, dan ibu saya ke kiri. Hampir 80 tahun. Dan langsung naik turun terus begini. Mereka gak bisa kebalikan karena ombak terlalu besar. Tadi beberapa detik dia terus yang di bodi berteriak lepas. Yang di kapal suruh yang di bodi lepas. Ibu saya berteriak jangan lepas.
We get to the village, and the first thing is to jump out of that canoe about chest high in the water and carry all of the medicine and all of the backpacks to the beach. And the guys of the village helped a lot with that. And then our main mode of transportation was this dump truck, because there's some roads to a few of the villages, so we packed into this dump truck, packed all of our medicine in. This is the medical team.
Soleman.
I'm Tabitha.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not medically trained, so pretty much my job on this whole trip was just to carry medicine. I was a pack horse.
Berharap rem itu baik. Karena kalau rem rusak, kita bisa turun agak cepat.
And then they just kept going.
Aduh. Gila sekali ini.
Some of the trails, some of the roads are a lot smaller, and so these were a better fit. And a lot of the roads we could get to, or sorry, a lot of the villages we could get to on these things or on the dump truck, but some villages didn't have roads to them, so we'd have to go to the coast, find a boat with a owner that wanted to take us there, and we would have to sail down the coast or up the coast a ways to get to the next village. So one day I got to go fishing with these guys, net fishing, and it was so cool because they would drive their boat in a huge circle, like a football field size, and then they would throw the net out, and when they went around in the big circle and they got back to the beginning, they would grab the net and they'd start hauling it in, and they'd make a line on the boat and hand the net from one guy to the next, and I was at the end of the line, like taking it and just setting it down, and as the net tightened, all these little sardines started jumping in the air to try to get out, and then they got it tight until they just had a big pouch full of sardines, and they just piled that onto the boat. And these guys just bit the heads off and just ate them. Fresh sushi. Didn't wait at all. Had a boat, just a pile of sardines on the boat, just chewing on them.
Bapak!
A couple of the days we just had to walk, so we just had to carry everything.
Apa? Mau kemana, Antonetta?
Ada pasien di rumah.
Ada pasien di rumah?
Dan
Sakit dengan apa? Sudah tahu atau belum?
Udah tahu.
Tidak tahu? Oke.
Mereka hanya panggil dan ayo pergi.
Ayo. Selamat siang.
Kamu yang di sana. Jadi aku tutup. Oh, aku tidak bisa. It's okay. Oh, okay.
Alright, so here we are getting to the village. This is in Lolacita, and we're unpacking the chairs. We basically find the best sort of community area and sweep it up and clean it and set up tables and a couple chairs. This is the doctor, the main doctor that would do diagnostics and prescriptions, and he would see patients and help them out.
Es di belakang.
Ya, pakai es di belakang.
Yes, di belakang. Lutut, tangan bahasa Inggris apa? Tangan. Harus pakai S. Dua tangan bahasa Inggris. S.
I'm a teacher, and I like kids. I've taught every age group over the years, preschool, everything, every age from babies to 18-year-olds, babies to graduates. I've taught college students too, so I guess 18 to 25 probably. Or sorry, born to 25, I should say. I've got all my go-to games, that I teach or that I use to get people to have a good time. Oh, looks like I was burned out. Covered a lot of miles.
Oh, this is so good.
Apa itu?
This is my favorite.
Hangkari.
Okay,
Karung
cheese.
Bali.
Cheese, bukan cheese. Ini bukan keju.
Oh iya boleh.
itu orange yang sangat besar ya.
Untung ada
Lebih seperti grapefruit, tapi
Alright, Dad, what is that?
it's a jeruk bali, and it is the sweetest.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah,
You can say
pull it.
cheese.
Cheese.
I want
Okay,
to
buka.
take a photo. Yeah.
Hey,
Dad, what is it?
Jungan cheese. It is like a very sweet grapefruit. Okay.
So
open.
it's like a big orange.
No, it's like a sweet grapefruit. You'll see.
Oh,
How does quack? Wow. Here, I'll show you, Jesse.
It's jeruk bali. It's like a big orange, but it tastes like a grapefruit. It's got big segments, like a grapefruit, and you just peel them apart. And it's like grapefruit pulp. They're awesome.
Sweet.
There was this kid that went with us everywhere. His name was Miron. Me and him became really good friends. He would travel with us in the dump truck. He would travel with us in the little VRs. Miron. He was the first at our hut to like wake us up every morning.
Itu habis selesai.
hati-hati.
Terima kasih. Saya hampir mati.
Oh, that's the whole company's house. Hey, tiba.
So the main moral or lesson that I learned from this experience was witnessing just how much good a small business can do, even halfway around the world. Even a very small business such as a food cart, by donating some of our time and effort and a little bit of money, we were able to impact the lives of people all the way on the other side of the world. And it was incredibly meaningful and satisfying and fulfilling to be able to do that. If you're interested in learning more about the medical base, Hohidiai, that exists on the island of Halmahera in eastern Indonesia, or learning about the people that are working so hard to improve access to medical care and education there, I've left a link in the description. Feel free to check that out. Thanks for watching.
Tinidora. Tinihininga. Dadah.